Good morning, everyone. I hope everyone is doing well. This is Dion Soul. I hope all is well again for you guys. And today, what we're doing is we're sitting inside the cockpit of the Falcon 50, and I have finally worked my way up in the Falcon 50 to be able to actually be a like for like. You know, the alias in FS Economy is now the same as when I am flying. So that's been a milestone there that I've been working on. Finally got it achieved, and so I'm pretty stoked about that. I just logged into FS Economy, so I haven't started FS Economy yet. But basically, what we're doing today is we are going to fly from Juneau, Alaska, all the way down to Alton. I believe it's Alton or Afton Municipal Airport in Wyoming, Afton, Wyoming. And this flight is going to be a $15,649 flight, so it's going to be a nice flight. Anytime you see an FS Economy, a 4 Class B patient transport, where you see these kind of text in the cargo description, granted we are going to 1,200 nautical miles, and with the routing and everything, it'll be a little bit more than that, but not much. And so it's going to be a long flight, so I'll just do the normal, get up to altitude, and then I'll transition with some musical montage, and then we'll come back and land the airplane. But at any rate, back to this is that anytime you see this kind of it's usually going to be a big money flight. So that's what I've been taking advantage of. That works out real well with the Falcon 50. We got 1,300 gallons of fuel, so that should be plenty of fuel once we get to altitude, and which our altitude, by the way, is going to be, according to Debrief, they're going to have a step climb from 39,000 feet to 41,000 feet, and so we're going to be up high in the sky, and which is cool. And as you can tell by the sound of my voice, I am under the weather, and I do apologize for that, but hey, stuff happens, and that's just what we have to live with sometimes as humans on this planet we call Earth. So, at any rate, so we're going to be good to go here. I've already got the site, or the airplane has already been pre-flight prepped and ready to go. I just saved the time on this video. So all I need to do now is just start the airplane and taxi to runway 26 and take off, and then activate the autopilot and just let it do its thing until we get to the other side. So anyway, sit back and relax and watch the startup process and the taxi, and we'll just kind of jabberjaw, off and on as we progress through the flight. So anyway, here we go. We already got the autopilot, or the APU is already going. So we'll go ahead and we got the center, the transfer pump already on, booster pump already on the center one. So we'll go ahead and press the Z button. And we'll wait for the, in the center of your screen there, and we'll wait for the N2 to get up to above 15, which it is right now. And I'll go ahead and introduce fuel, which basically just move the throttle just a little bit, and then it goes. May not be the exact way to do things, but it works. And we'll get ready for engine number 3. Same procedure, wait till it gets to 15 or above percent, and just tap the throttle. Oops, I got to unlock it first. There we go. Now it's unlocked. Yeah, we don't need that, so hopefully I just didn't screw that up, because that right there is our fire suppression stuff. Don't hit that button again. That would doom the flight in a hurry. Alright, so now we'll hit engine number 1. And lock throttle. And introduce fuel. Alright, so we are good to go there. Everything is set. All indicators are all set the way they're supposed to be. The only thing that should be illuminating right now is the pitos, left and right pitos, which is correct. So we are right on cue with that, so very good. we'll go ahead and leave everything on the overhead like it is until once we get off the ground, and then I'll start manipulating the overhead here and get it into cruise configuration. Alright, so we'll go ahead and turn on our taxi light, and we'll turn our landing lights to oscillating, so let everybody know. And as you can see in the screen, it is a little wonky, and that's because it is raining, so the rain effects are working. The live rain effects are working, and it is raining here in Juneau, Alaska. So it is wet on the runway. And because I've moved ourselves into position here, we just don't have to do any kind of anything fancy. All we got to do is just release the parking brake and just give her a little gas. We'll be on our way. Bring our flaps down to flaps 2. Flaps in the slats. And we are ready to go. Get up here, we'll go down Charlie here, and then once we hit, I believe this is Charlie, yeah, this is Charlie, and then we'll hit Alpha. And just taxi right on down. Which will take us a few minutes. Kind of expedite our taxi. We'll get up to 20 knots indicated. So all is well. Like I said, I've been sick for the last almost a week now, which is unfortunate, but that's just the way things are. And but you know, just living life. You know, doing what I can. Been flying when I can, and then taking care of the family, and you know, just doing the daily stuff that we all do with our daily lives. And here it is, Saturday, the 22nd of February. I know it's been a long time since I've done my last video, and that's just been it's been a combination of a lot of things. One of it's been just the fact that I was kind of like, you know what, just got some snow, just change the snow on us. That's going to make things interesting. You know, just been busy with life and whatnot. Yeah, we got snow flurries now. The wind, or the also our altimeter has changed too. I'll probably be wishing I take off at runway 8 instead of runway 26. Because now it says the winds are at 060 at 3 knots. Screw it. We'll go ahead and go with plan. It's only 3 knots, so we'll have in effect we'll have a 3-knot tailwind, kind of, sort of, or crosswind actually. We'll be off to our right once we position ourselves. But anyway, so like I said, I just ambition mostly. You know, I haven't been wanting to make some videos as of late, just been busy with life and that sort of thing, and just timing hasn't worked out. So this will be my first video for the year 2020. Not much has changed with X-Plane. X-Plane has not done any updates. We're still at 11.4.1 release 1 right now, I believe it is. Release candidate 1, or release 1. And I know there's been more and more buzz with Microsoft Flight Simulator and how 2020 and how that's going to be the ultimate flight simulator and everything else, and that's fine. I mean, realistically, they really do have a good, physically appealing or looking product right now. Not physically, but you know, looking product. They do have a good product right now. The visuals do look very, very stunning, and there's no question about it. There's no denying it. My only concern is their business model. I know they said initially that they weren't going to do a subscription-based business model, but I think because Microsoft's involved and Microsoft is spending all the money on developing it, I think eventually it will switch over to a subscription-based business model at some point in its life cycle. I think I don't think they'll do a bait and switch, but I'm being very jaded that what they'll probably end up doing is they'll probably let you buy the sim for $59 out of the box for a year, and you'll have access to their servers, full speed, no issues, no problem. And then after a year is up, then they're going to sit there and say, okay, oh, by the way, now that your year free subscription is up, now we're going to start charging you these tiers for access to our servers, so you can have all that eye candy. And then if you don't, then you know, your flight simulation experience will be limited, and you'll probably end up not being any different than X-Plane. So that's just my personal opinion on it. Obviously, I could be wrong, and that's fine. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I mean, I'm not tripping on it. I don't really care, actually. But I have a sneaking hunch that's what Microsoft is going to do. So I think the best course of action for me as a flight simulation and aviation enthusiast is to wait a year. Wait a year after the thing is released, or actually the smart thing to do is actually to wait 18 months. Wait 18 months after the release of it, and then after the 18 months, then see where it's at, and then that gives time for the sim to get rid of all the bugs once it goes live. It also makes it so airplanes, because you know developers are gonna flock to Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020, because they're expecting all these all these people coming over to the new sim with all the eye candy that they've been pimping out at us. But I think what's going to happen is we're going to get a rude awakening in the end, or you know, in after a year and a half, 18 months, again 18 months after it, then they're going to get a rude awakening that, you know, that what I said before. But that's my opinion. So like I said, it's better off waiting the 18 months, let the thing develop, let the airplanes come out, and then see where the sim is at before anybody that use either prepared 3D or X-Plane jumps ship and starts investing all their simulation dollars into it. And that's my personal opinion. Now, will I personally, you know, I say what I say, will I do what I say? We'll see. You know, I've bitten myself in the ass before, where I said one thing and then I turn around and do the exact opposite. I mean, I've made that mistake myself, so it happens. But we'll see. I mean, but I'm just saying that's what a smart man would do.
Approaching 2-6.
Smart man would wait 18 months and see what it does. Am I smart? I don't know. Looks like we got snow on the runway. Let's see if it's going to let me turn, and it is.
On runway 26.
Everything's set and ready to go. Everything's set. Everything's set. Okay, I need to switch over to solid lights, and we'll go ahead and go. I didn't bother to turn on the windshield wipers because what's the point? They're very, very, they only cover the one window right in front of me, and that's it. So you don't really have a lot of big visibility anyway. I think I'm not going down the center line. I think I'm going down the right side of the runway. Oh well. Okay, and the flight is active from FS Economy, so active economy is good to go. Get back on that center line. Gear up.
Landing gear going up.
Flaps up.
Flaps going up all the way.
Get some speed going here. Excuse me as I'm coughing in your ear. I apologize for that. Autopilot on.
Autopilot on.
Okay, autopilot is now in control. Turned off the landing light and the other light. And as you can see, there's not much to look at. That's one downside of doing these flights in the dark. Nothing really to see. I'm going to go ahead. We are already at minus 11 degrees Celsius. So I'm going to go ahead and turn on our first line of defense. As we are climbing to get out. And while this thing is climbing, it looks like everything is okay. I'm going to go ahead and step away just a second. For one, let my dog out, and two, get myself some coffee. So I'm going to mute myself, and I will be right back. Alrighty, I am back, and it seems that we didn't crash, so that's good. Speed 210.
Speed 210 knots.
And we'll just let ourselves climb on up here. We're almost at 18,000 feet. Altimeter 2992.
Altimeter 2992.
And we'll just let this thing do the flight path. Course 077.
Course set to 077.
Sync heading.
Heading 148 degrees.
Supposed to be 140. Guess I'll fix that. Terrain's looking fine. Everything looks good. Tried to get the ATIS earlier, see if it works now. No, For some reason, my ATIS hasn't been working right. I don't know what's been up with that. My avionics. But whatever. Guess I should turn the pitos on. There. Now we should be clean. Yep. Nothing left to report, so good. So we're going to continue this climb, and you'll see a sunrise. Switch it back to local time here. Local time here is 6:09, which is the same as California time, where I am based out of. As we're slowly working our way to 39,000 feet. I didn't go through the process of the checklist and everything else on this particular flight because I've done it before on my other flights, and I didn't want to bore you with the details on that. But definitely appreciate you guys watching. Definitely like, subscribe, and if you feel that I am worthy, don't hesitate to donate. I do have some donation links over on my YouTube page on the top right-hand corner. That's a PayPal donation link and a Zelda donation link if you are a Wells Fargo customer. It'll be most appreciated. It helps grow the channel and makes it so I'll be able to have financial resources to try new things and to report back to you in reviewing stuff that comes available. Like I said, to sum up on the Microsoft Flight Simulator thing, we'll just have to wait and see. I'm in no hurry right now. My frame of mind right now is I'm in no hurry. I think everybody's going to jump on the bandwagon pretty quick, and that's fine. You know, you're going to have your Microsoft Flight Simulator X people are going to jump on no matter what. You know, because they don't. You're going to have your people who are already, you know, in that crowd are going to jump on no matter what. So nothing's going to change there. It's getting the X-Plane 11 and the prepared 3D people to abandon ship. Those are the ones that Microsoft needs to attract. And if they make a good product and a product that is reasonable, then they will. They will have customers like me. But if, like I said, if they're going to nickel and dime us to death, you know, like, you know, what they do with some of their Xbox games and whatnot, with DLCs and that sort of thing, microtransactions and whatnot, then no, not interested. I have no interest. Well, anyway, we're at 30,000 feet right now. We're going to go up to 39,000 feet. I'm going to go ahead and shut up and just let this airplane climb to 39,000 feet for the first few legs, and I will catch you guys when we're in a position to land, and hopefully we will have a positive flight this time, because I did this flight already once, and yeah, it didn't work out. It crashed the desktop when I was about 300 miles, about 250 miles away. I was already in the States, getting close to Wyoming, and then boom, just crashed the desktop. Extremely bummed. But hey, it is what it is. So anyway, hopefully we won't have that problem, and I'll catch you guys on the other side. So I'll see you, and for you guys, I'll see you guys in a few.
Vertical track.
And throw on our oscillating lights. Go ahead and turn on our APU. Make sure our APU is starting back up. And it is not, so we'll hit the button. There it goes. And it was just out of sync. Now it's coming back on. Very good. We only got a little bit of fuel left on each tank. We're still got plenty to land, so we don't have a problem there. And we'll see what our next (10,100 feet). Ourselves up a little bit. Sending at 700 feet per minute. Trying to keep our projected altitude where I want it to be. Our next waypoint. before the actual auto or the pilot actually does something. Takes over and gets on the glide slope and all other happy stuff. Having those ice effects the whole time because of the rain. So that's water carried over from what should evaporated. Realistically, all that should be gone. It's 2 degrees Celsius out there. Should evaporated, but whatever. And we're just coming on in. And here I am. Hello. Yes, I am here. Didn't think you want to see my ugly mug anyway. Alright, now we need to slow down some more. And what's our next altitude? It's 9,000. Gotta watch that. Gear's going down. Flaps 1. Gear. Flaps 2. Let it acquire the glide slope. Take us right on in. Yeah, we're definitely not doing any orthos here. I thought I had orthos here, but it appears that is not the case. Landing lights to solid and taxi lights on. Still hasn't captured the glide slope yet. I still don't even see the damn runway. Oh, there it is. Seems like I'm awfully high. Let's get aggressive on my descent. Don't want to do 1,200 miles and end up crashing. That's going to suck. Already had to crash a desktop once already. Last night when I was trying to do this video.
Sync rate.
Yeah, I know.
Sync rate.
And there, I captured it. All right.
Sync rate.
Get my speed back in there.
Approaching 3, 4.
And we should have a nice, gentle touchdown landing at... let's try to get it under 200 feet per minute. Still letting the autopilot do its thing. to let it go to the last second. Still looks like I'm gonna... Got a long runway though, thank goodness. Autopilot off.
Autopilot off.
Long landing. Long landing. 5,000 feet remaining.
Yeah, well.
4,000 remaining. 3,000 remaining.
That wasn't too bad. 77. I'll take it. Okay, I guess I'll throw in the all the braking in the world.
2,000 remaining.
And ladies and gentlemen, we have made it to Alton. Alton, Wyoming. Flaps up.
Flaps going up all the way.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad at all. I'll take it. Landing lights off.
Landing lights off.
And we'll just taxi. Alton traffic, November 502 Delta Mike is clear of the runway. Taxiing to parking. November 502 Delta Mike. Very good. Looks like if I didn't take over, it probably would have took me right off the runway. I'd have missed everything. Yeah, it just doesn't look like I have any orthos here. That's too bad. Oh well. I'm not going to worry about it. Go over here to parking, and then that's be about it. So I appreciate you guys watching this flight. It's been a long one for me anyway. We'll go ahead and try to watch the landing here in a second once I get settled down here. Go over here and get parked. Park, and then we will go ahead and we'll do a replay on the landing. That's as good a spot as any right here. We'll keep it running for a smaller airplane. Good enough for me. Parking brake is set. APU is going. Switch. And then we'll go ahead and shut down the engines. We already got credit for it. And there it is right there. So we'll take that. There we go. Engines are now off. Brake set. Working off of APU power. Go ahead and bring this back up, and we'll go ahead and turn on the ground power unit. Opening the doors. And we'll go ahead and shut down the APU. Almost hit that on accident. Very good. So we are here and turn everything off, go through our shutdown process, turn off every little switchy. And we have made it. We'll leave the nav lights on for right now. Torpedoes off. Windshield off. All that's off. Battery stuff, we'll turn those off in a minute. We are working off of the APU. So we're good to go there. I think we are clear enough to get up and walk out. Stretch our legs a little bit. Very, very good. Don't have those sounds though, which is amazing. Usually we'd have sounds. But here we are at Alton, Wyoming, I think it is. And we'll jump over here real quick, and let me stall here real quick as I bring up the money side of things. So let me load back into FS Economy. And I'll load up the log, go up to the log. And there is my log. And then I will jump over to here. So we ended up doing 15,000 overall. Ground crew fees for this airplane is insane. $1,500 for ground crew fees for this airplane. You know, kind of expensive, but I don't know. Maybe because of the airplane that what it is. I'm guessing because my ground crew fees for smaller airplanes are considerably less. So it's too bad, but that's just the way it is. But it looks like our time ended up being 3 hours and 18 minutes on our total flight time, even though you guys saw it differently. But made $14,000. I must round it to $14,000, so I'm not complaining. So I'm pretty stoked about that. I'll take that money, 1,200 nautical miles, almost 1,300 miles range on our 1,300 miles today on this flight. So that is good. So let me jump back over here, and then let's go ahead and switch over to target replay mode. There we go. I'm at the other end of the runway, and I'm higher elevation. Autopilot, autopilot, autopilot. And I had to take over. You can see how abruptly that was. Floated for a little while. Pilot off. Me trying to land the beast. Very nice. hang it up there too long, didn't I? But got on the ground anyway. Oh well. All's well. So it ended up being 77 on the initial one, as you see on the first landing, but that's good. So hey, it's all well. Anyway, I appreciate you guys watching us. Definitely like, subscribe, and all other happy stuff. And if it feels worthy, definitely donate to the channel. Greatly appreciate all the support you guys can give me. And catch you guys next time on another exciting X-Plane adventures, where I'll try to get another major flight going on, where I can make some major flight, meaning big money. And then I'll do it again. I'll be flying this airplane for quite a while. This airplane is, because I'm a like for like with FS Economy, so when I fly this, I fly the same alias in FS Economy as this. Well, I finally elevated myself, or got myself up to that point now, which is good. And it's a long time coming, so it all worked out. So anyway, guys, definitely appreciate you guys watching again, and I'll catch you guys next time. Talk to you guys later. Bye.